The log probe is a very, very useful tool that spawns round start in the detective's locker. It is known as the log probe cartridge, and on its own, it can already be somewhat obtuse of how this thing even works. You can shift click it and it'll tell you a decent bit about how to actually install it, but it doesn't teach you how to actually use it. So to use the log probe cartridge, you just take it in your hands by left clicking it and then left click on the PDA you intend to use the log probe on. Then you press E on your PDA, you click Programs, and you click Install on the log probe button. Then ignore the fact that it lets you install it multiple times. It actually does not. You just then click the log probe and it will open up. What this does now is it lets you use your PDA and left click any door or locker or things with access to see who has opened this and what time frames they have opened this. So no one has opened this door, so there is no logs on it. If I open this door and close the door twice, it'll have my name on there. And the reason why it was unknown before is because this is a blank PDA. So if a PDA or ID is opening it and it has no name attached, it will just say unknown. So you have to be very cautious of this. If a syndicate agent or someone just steals access and they are aware of the name of it, it will just say unknown. Or it will just say the name of whatever the ID is. It's based purely off the name of the ID card. So if somebody ever gets an agent ID or something and names it, just to make it as obvious as possible, name it test, and they open this door with the test ID, the logs will read as test. So people can use this to fake you out. You have to be very cautious of this as a detective. However, a lot of people just end up accessing doors that they don't realize they shouldn't be accessing. This is really helpful for figuring out if somebody ran through maintenance. Most syndicate agents, they need some basic form of ID to go through maintenance, and I think a lot of syndicate agents aren't quadruple checking they have the correct IDs. However, though, that's really it for the log probe. You can fool the log probe though with just some basic tools. So if you're trying to cover your tracks, you just need a screwdriver, insulated gloves, and a wire cutter. Multi-tool is also preferable if you don't know the exact log wire. So the log wire is lit up, meaning that it is still working. If we snip the log wire, that means that anytime I open this door, it will no longer log anything on it, and there is no indication that the log wire is snipped unless somebody is purposely checking the wires and fixing it. So you probably want to screwdriver the door to cover your tracks. So I open the door. There is no indication that this door has actually been opened by anyone because the log wire is snipped. However, if you fix the wire, it will go back to working. No problem. Back to unknown. If you multi-tool it, it will report it as an electromagnetic spike. So you really probably don't want to do that because it does make it pretty obvious that someone's trying to hide their tracks. And if a detective is aware that you're trying to throw them off, good detectives will just stop probing doors or paying attention to people walking around multi-tools, whatever the case may be. So why the log probe is really useful, when you start combining the log probe with your forensic scanner, you could then scan doors and use log probes on doors, and this will tell you what fibers have touched this door, possibly what DNA has touched this door. So if somebody who has an incorrect access still has their normal fingerprints out, it'll still show that. If they have specific weird gloves, it's probably just going to be insulated gloves, it will give you an indication of that. Good detectives will cross-reference between the log probe, the forensic scanner, and possibly even look for any blood or anything around the scene for DNA. Just these two tools alone at a crime scene, checking doors, can be enough to catch practically anyone. Yeah, syndicate agents with their agent IDs, their chameleon clothes, their stolen IDs, and a DNA scrambler, probably not going to catch them with just these tools. But most syndicates are not this careful. You'll catch them in one of these few ways. Thank you guys for watching.